Yo guys, what's going on? Lifeofrio here, and so a lot of people have been asking me to give my feedback basically on what I feel about the rework that DE has presented so far with Hydroid. So what I did was I went over to PC, basically test out the rework just so I can give a fair assessment. And I feel like the most triggering point of this entire thing is that they put rework in the title, because it's currently not a rework, and I feel like that's why a lot of people are upset. A lot of people, when they hear the word rework, they're thinking, oh wow, his moves are going to be changed, you know, they're going to give him something that he's never had before, and it's going to make him a lot better, probably in some ways almost change the frame somewhat. So that's what they're really pushing towards, or I would say expecting. Now what DE actually did was that they gave Hydroid a quality of life change, and basically a quality of life change doesn't take much time. A quality of life change is that they keep Hydroid exactly the same, give his moves some visibility changes, and actually put some synergy into Hydroid, which is exactly what they did. So the months that they had to actually work on Hydroid, because DE knew that his prime was coming next, it doesn't take that long to do what they actually did, and I feel like that's why a lot of players are up in arms about the entire thing. Now, you do have some Hydroid mains out here who think that this quality of life change is the greatest thing next to Jesus walking on water, but I'm kind of actually surprised that they actually think that. But then I had to take a step back and thought about it. If you've been a Hydroid main for this long, you don't really expect much. And that's no shade or anything thrown at anybody, no offense to make you guys upset, but that's actually true. Because if you've been playing Hydroid this long and you thought he was, you know, amazing, with this right here, he should be the greatest frame in the game, because most people weren't actually, you know, expecting much if you've been a Hydroid main. But from the player base who have not been playing Hydroid, who thought he was super lackluster, they were expecting a lot more. As for me, I'm neither of those guys, because I don't like Hydroid. I'm actually not expecting much from Hydroid, especially with this rework, unless DE currently changes it. And do remember that the forums are open. So if you guys have great ideas and you feel like, you know, you want it to be heard, bring it over to the forums, and maybe there's a chance that DE might use your idea in actually fixing Hydroid a little bit more. So it's been a lot of players that saying it was never anything wrong with Hydroid. Now those players I'm just completely dumbfounded by. I'm like, whoa, what? Say what? What? But I'm like, all right, you know, I don't play the frame, so I really don't mind. But currently, for what's going to happen, DE really wants to push this prime access. So I feel like with the current position that he's in, which is the same position that Oberon was in, with quality of life changes, but DE called it a rework, is that the prime access will not sell. Now, DE did give him some synergy between his moves, right? I'm not going to completely bash him. They gave him some mobility changes, some synergy changes, but it's not enough. It's actually changes to moves and utility to moves that players was actually not actually wanting, right? So what players are looking for was new moves and everything else like that. Like, some players are actually expecting like a DPS frame. Listen, I'm not going that far to be like, you know, that's what Hydroid needed to be and all of that. But the synergy between his moves, as far as being the his 3, which is Puddle, a lot of people wanted it to be replaced, but they actually did a pretty decent job with Puddle. I would feel like Hydroid is just a really unique frame that they can make awesome, because the thing about Hydroid is that he is a water-based frame. There's so many other things that you could have done. The fact that they kept his second ability is still kind of surprising to me. I feel like that didn't really need to be there at all. And the fact that with the nerf to his third ability, in a lot of ways, it's kind of like a nerf. It's like a nerf here and there, you know what I mean? But a lot of utility that came towards his kit is a buff, and the synergy between it gives him a little bit more chance of survivability, because you can be in Puddle, and while you're in Puddle, you can actually kill a lot of enemies. Whoa, I'm sorry for all the new players that heard me say kill a lot of enemies. I'm sorry. You can actually cast your abilities safely, you know, because we know Hydroid isn't out here killing anything. He's basically an off-brand Necros, and that's honestly what he is. He doesn't farm as well as Necros, but then if you don't have Necros, you can use him. And that's just basically what he is. He's a CC frame that's used for farming. His CC is RNG, which is weird. I don't understand why his CC is RNG. It's so inconsistent. The AI changes that they gave to his 4th ability is they're still stupid. But that's honestly what it is. No offense to anybody. If you're a Hydroid main, keep being a main, man. If you love what you love, you're enjoying the game, so that's awesome. But overall, for the community, I do understand where they're coming from. It's not really much of a rework, and I feel like that's the triggering point of saying that it's a rework when it was just a very simple quality of life change. And who am I to actually say it's simple? I just feel like it's simple because it's been in the game already, and all they did was just added a little bit of shiny tweaks to it, you know? But hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Much love to you guys. That's just my response on the whole entire thing. I really do hope they change it. Go ahead and go over there to the forums. You guys know that DE is working hard, and there's always those people in the comment section like, you don't know what DE does. They work very hard. Listen, you don't know what DE does. So stop it. Stop saying we don't know when you don't know either. Just because you're keeping up with them on Twitter doesn't mean that you know. We're all keeping up with them on Twitter, okay? Chill out. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you guys. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I will catch you guys later on the next Warframe video. And guys, be sure to follow me on Twitch. I'm always streaming. My Twitch is Lifeofrio, and follow me on Twitter, which is also Lifeofrio. And have a great day.